And a good afternoon to everybody here. It is Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. We are here live on a Sunday pre-evening. Yes, I'm bringing the word right back. It is after 5 o'clock, but before 6 o'clock. It is pre-evening. My name is Mark Pare alongside Mike Gervais. We will hear from Rice Tiffin as well later on this afternoon or this pre-evening or into the evening hours as the Guelph Royals are in town to renew a Highway 7 rivalry. And Mike, coming into this game, of course, Kitchener, falling into a bit of a schneid, of course, 3-12 on the season, losers of 7 of the last 8 ball games. They're coming up against a Guelph Royals team that looked pretty stout last night on the mound. A very clean and tidy 2-hour and 6-minute game against the London Majors. What do the Kitchener Panthers have to do to get the victory here at home?
Plain and simple, Mark, the Panthers need to score. They've only gotten 69 runs in 15 games. That is not going to get the job done here in the IBL. 69 up, 129 down for a minus 60 differential. I wasn't great at math, but even I know minus 60 is not fantastic. As you said last night, the Royals were pretty stiff on the man. What was it? 6 hits, something like that?
6 hits combined. So 3 hits for the London Majors, 6 hits for the Guelph Royals. It was, I was on that call last night, obviously. It was a very stout, very clean and tidy game altogether. As, of course, you had, Travis Keys going the full 9 for the London Majors, and you had Kyle Thomas and Jacob Cush splitting time for the Guelph Royals.
Yeah, obviously, with Cush the only person coming out of the pen last night for the Royals, pen should be fairly rested for today. If I'm the Panthers, you got to put the ball up today. If you can look out on our stream and see that flag's flying. It doesn't take much to get the ball out of Jack Couch Park on a normal day.
It's flying exactly where you want it to if you're a hitter.
And that's the thing. It's once you get that ball up in that jet stream today, it won't take much to get out.
So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we got some baseball for you here at Jack Couch Park.
Leonard Thompson, 13 years old, diabetes mellitus, 65 pounds.
Starve the child to let them live. The treatment's as cruel as the disease. It's a death sentence.
Dr. Banting.
This could be it.
He's the first to receive this trial.
But will it save him? It's not pure enough. So we try again. And again. And again.
Before the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Banting, Best, Collop, and McLeod's breakthrough has saved millions of lives. Leonard Thompson's was the first.
Every day, Canadians come to YouTube to entertain and be entertained, to find the inspiration to create amazing things, even turn adversity into opportunity. And while some look to grow their business, some just want to help us learn a thing or two. Every day, Canadians count on YouTube to build their future, learn new skills, and inspire others.
And it's time for some baseball here at Jack Couch Park. Kitchener Panthers and the Guelph Royals in town. Of course, Guelph sitting at 9-4 on the regular season. Kitchener at 3-12. As we take a look just very quickly at the IBL standings up to this point, you can see Welland up top at 12-3. Man, have they been on quite the run so far. But we'll get more into the standings as this game goes along. As you see Dino Ramel heading out to the plates as the Kitchener Panthers getting set for the top half of the first inning. Mike, very quickly, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Guelph Royals.
Yeah, so the Guelph Royals leading off, you have shortstop Rando LaRue. Batting second, you have second baseman Ryosuke
Ohashi. Ryosuke
Ohashi. In the third spot, you have the designated hitter Josh Garton. In the cleanup spot, Garrett Takamatsu. Batting fifth, center fielder J.D. Williams. Batting sixth, first baseman Mike Sassetto. Batting seventh, Panthers fans will be familiar with this name, right fielder Andy Leader. Batting eighth, the catcher Evan Ash. And batting ninth, the left fielder Ashton Patterson.
And they'll be taking on, of course, Dakota Parsons on the hill. What do we know about Dakota?
Dakota Parsons for the Panthers so far, 5 games, 4 games started, an 0-4 record, 19 innings, 18 hits, 19 walks, 17 runs, only 15 earns. So Parsons been hit around a little bit for the Panthers. But today, if he can try to limit the damage down in the zone, that's where he's got to live. Let that infield suck up those balls.
Brando LaRue will start things off, the shortstop. We're getting set for some baseball here on a Sunday afternoon. Glad you can join us as that one just misses high for ball one, and we are underway at 5:19.
Yeah, LaRue stepping into the plate. Great leadoff hitter for the Royals, hitting .361 on the year. He's really been a table setter for the Royals so far this year.
And there is a strike. Strike one. 1-1 the counts.
LaRue's looking to do some damage. Infield back, halfway up the middle. Corners in slightly, respecting that speed.
That one's going to go all the way back to the fence. The youngster will chase after it.
Yes, indeed. The fence keeps us safe, and let's not forget our lovely new windows keeping us safe as well, too.
Absolutely. Some brand new windows here inside the broadcast booth.
It's been a long time coming, but very welcomed.
Yeah, I will take it anytime.
Yes, we can't forget the great Wasp debacle of 2023.
Hey, we were hitting more wasps than home runs in this ballpark. The 2-2 downstairs, ball 3.
LaRue's got such a good eye for the Royals as well, too. He's your prototypical leadoff hitter. 4 walks on the year so far, 2 hit by pitch. So he really stays in there.
The 3-2 is going to be knocked foul down the third base line.
And just providing the Royals with that professional at-bat, driving the pitch count up, that's what you want from your leadoff guy. Let those hitters behind you see all kinds of pitches so far from Parsons.
The pitch, and he got a bit of a half swing there, but he went around for strike 3. So Brando LaRue is retired on strikes. We have one away.
Number 24, Ryosuke Ohashi.
Yeah, he came up high with the fastball there. Nice pitch selection by Parsons and Ibarra there. Got LaRue to chase the high fastball. Good start to the inning for the Panthers.
So let's bring up Ryosuke Ohashi.
Ohashi hitting .333 on the year so far. Good number 2 hitter. .333. He's got 6 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 3 batted in, 7 doubles.
One of those doubles came last night. One of the 3 hits by the Guelph Royals. As there's a strike.
And the 7 doubles, I believe, leads the Royals as well. J.D. Williams with 6. So Hashi's definitely a guy who you got to pay attention to here.
Yes, indeed, as that one's going to be skied down the left field line, all the way back. It gets over the glove of Voisin, circling around, and there is yet another double for Ryosuke Ohashi, his 8th double of the season.
On cue. Again, the wind blowing it rather right to left. Definitely helped it a little bit there rather. Josh Garton coming up to bat for the Royals here. Garton hitting .350 on the year. So definitely a guy you want to pay attention to. 7 home runs, 19 rather RBIs on the year. Garten Mania is running wild.
Yes, indeed. They have some T-shirts now. Not the Royals organization. Remember copyright laws and all that.
Right.
But we'll take all the credit we can, as that's fouled off.
Yes. Garten Mania was born here in this press box 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes, he was, but he has been around these parts for many, many a years. Of course, Garten, a former Kitchener Panther.
Yeah, 40 at-bats on the year, 10 runs, 14 hits, 1 double for Garten. And again, the big damage from Garten is the 7 long balls.
The 10-year veteran swings at that one and misses for strike number 2.
The surprising thing that, for me anyway, about Garten, 3 stolen bases on the year. When you think Josh Garten, I don't think base stealer,
Not really.
but it's good to see him adding that dimension to his game.
Couple of checks over at Ohashi. That one's going to be fouled off and away from the Guelph Royals area.
Takamatsu had to keep an eye on that on the on-deck circle. Well, we say circle, but we use the term lightly.
Yes, yes, we do. They don't really have circles painted here, but still an 0-2 count here on Garten. The delivery, swing and a miss. And Garten is retired. There are now 2 away. Couple of strikeouts for Dakota Parsons.
Yeah, that's a real nice pitch there by Parsons. Almost looked like a 2-seamer running away from him on the outside plate. Got Garten to chase outside of the zone here. Takamatsu stepping in. 317 on the year for Takamatsu. 3 home runs, 14 RBIs, 2 doubles. So another guy who can knock the ball around with some regularity.
His RBI single last night, as that one's going to be put right over to Ross. A liner will retire the side. We are through the top half of the first. They strand a runner. This is Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. No score after the top of the first.
Look at the top of the first.
Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. Mark Pare, Mike Gervais here with you. And Mike, let's take a look now at the starting lineup for the Kitchener Panthers.
Yeah, for the Panthers, leading off center fielder Blake Jackman, and the 2-spot first baseman Simon Greenberg. In the 3-spot shortstop Raul Gonzalez. In the cleanup spot, third baseman Nick Parsons. Junior Barra doing the catching in the 5-hole. Kenny DiClemente at the DH spot. Spencer Voisin, the left fielder in the 7th spot. Spencer Ross, the second baseman, who made the nice catch on top of the first in the 8th spot. And batting 9th, right fielder Brett Gervais.
Sorry about the graphic mishap there, folks. We actually had the lineup on the screen from the last time we were in action here. For some reason, my photoshopping did not actually transfer over to our streaming platform. As Blake Jacklin will take one downstairs for ball 1.
We'll let it slide, Mark. On the hill for the Royals, left-hander Hector Yon. Yon, 5 games, 4 games started for the Royals. 17 hits, 12 runs, 9 earned, 17 walks, 22 Ks. So pretty steady as far as arms go for the Royals.
Well, and that tends to be their strength, is the arms that they deploy on a nightly basis. Of course, Yuki Narita just recently signed in the Frontier League, so
I know everybody gets excited about offense and hits and runs, but I've said it for years, ever since I was a little kid. Pitching and defense wins championships. And the Royals looking to do exactly that, as Mark mentioned at the top of the broadcast, sitting third in the IBL behind Welland right now. Gervais, or Jacqueline rather, goes down on the swinging strike in the tag from the catcher.
yeah, one away here at
number 36.
Jack Couch. Of course, today is Father's Day, at least as far as we are concerned. Father's Day technically was last week, but we didn't have a home game last Sunday. So
No, we haven't had a home game here in a while.
no, we have not.
We had a little reprieve here from the heat at Jack Couch Park, which couldn't have come at a better time, because this press box can get mighty warm. Again, the new windows will be a great benefit for us. But Simon Greenberg steps in to bat for the Panthers, hitting 208 on the season. Tough lefty-lefty matchup here.
So the count now 2-0 here on Grinberg. Of course, one of the Kaiser University bring-ons. Of course, him and Kenny DiClemente coming in around the same time.
Greenberg's gotten into 5 games for the Panthers so far this year, 24 at-bats, 5 hits, 2 runs, no homers.
And there's a strike, because the 3-0 counts. You saw Grinberg there, wondering if he was going to get the green light.
I was just going to say, is it never not a strike on a 3-0 count? Very rarely. Grinberg with a big hack there to make it 3-2. He sees that flag flying and he thinks, I want to park one out onto the parkway.
It's like the movie Jaws. You see the shark just smelling blood in the water, swing, and he got a piece of it to stay alive. But it's that fact of when you smell a little bit of blood, it's reminiscent of the flag fluttering the other way. You just know that you want to get a hold of one, because some hits in this ballpark, as that one's going to go outside for ball 4, and Grinberg will take the base. Some fly balls in this ballpark today will end up probably over the fence.
Oh, I would think so. Gonzalez strolls up to the plate now, hitting .217 on the year, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. And for the Panthers to have success, they need Gonzalez's bat. He's been steady as it goes at shortstop, but the bat is starting to come around.
And it's something good to see too. I mean, he had a struggle. He was struggling a bit to start off the season, but now, hits in 7 of 8 games in the month of June.
Yeah, of course, he had the home run the last home game here, and had a home run last week as well on the Panthers road trip. So 2 homers in the last 10 days or so. Still 6 walks on the year, 3 hit by pitch, 9 Ks, 2 bags for himself as well.
That one's going to be knocked over to short or to second. They'll get the 1 and turn it over for a double play. And that will end the inning. An inning-ending double play. And we are through 1 here at Jack Couch. No score between the Royals and the Panthers.
No runs.
And he can lift anything. Anything at all. He's that strong.
Joe Schuster, will you stop it or you'll miss your train? Now help me find number 5.
Strong, but by day he's a mild-mannered reporter. Glasses, a secret identity.
Honestly, you Canadian kids.
He'd be in this cape.
A what?
A cape, wearing these blue tights.
A hero in tights, really. Here it is.
Listen, Lois, this guy is faster than anything, I swear.
If you're not fast, you're gonna miss your train.
That's it. A bullet. He's faster. No, he's faster than a speeding bullet.
Come on, get on it. No one's gonna read a comic strip about a strong man in tights, Joe. It'll never fly.
Fly, no. But he can leap over tall buildings. Oh, wow, yeah.
See what your cousin Frank says in Toronto.
Wait, Lois. I've got something for you. Here, take it. It's a gift. You never know. It might be worth something someday. Is he great or what? Bye-bye, boss.
Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. Mark Pare, Mike Gervais here in the broadcast booth at Kitchener, getting set for the second inning. No score between the Royals and the Panthers. Couple of 1, 2, 3, add in a double and a walk into there. So actually not a 1, 2, 3 inning the last time up. Ohashi was stranded after a double.
Yeah, Parsons with 2 big strikeouts in the top to first to keep the runner on second base, got the strikeout, and then line out to second base. J.D. Williams leading off the top of the second for the Royals. As we talked in the top of the first inning, rather, about those doubles, Williams as well, 6 doubles for the Royals, hitting .319 on the year. So another guy with the on the Royals that you need to be concerned about.
Yeah, J.D. Williams has been kind of up and down the lineup, if you will, this season. A guy that can be in your leadoff spot. He can fill in depth situations as well. Of course, the Royals have been really young for the most part this year. A lot of junior call-ups as that one goes well inside. So you count on guys like J.D. Williams. You count on guys like Garrett Takamatsu, Josh Garten to be able to not only fill in the gaps, but also kind of, teach that I guess you can call it next generation of Guelph Royals players.
Yeah, J.D. Williams, he's been around the league for a few years now, rather. 86 career IBL games, 308 average in the IBL for his lifetime. So a good veteran presence for those young kids to learn from.
That one's going to be knocked over, and they'll get the tag.
Yeah, on the tag.
So that will be out number 1.
Nice play by Grinberg there to come off the base and get the tag. So many times I see first basemen, and the mistake they make is they anchor themselves to the bag and they're afraid to come off. And then, errant throw like that, they miss. But really nice play by Grinberg there to nab Williams.
And that'll bring up Mike Setsetto. His 6th IBL season.
First baseman number 44, Mike Setsetto.
Setsetto hitting 154 on the year. He's gotten into 4 games for the Royals, 13 at-bats. So another guy who's been around the block, and the young kids, as you were talking about before, Mark, can learn from him. He didn't go there.
Yeah, the appeal over to first not granted. So it is ball number 1. There you see on the screen our umpires for tonight. Of course, James Lyle's leading the way over at first, the crew chief for this evening.
Parsons with a nice 1-1 pitch there. Looked like a changeup blown inside. Setsetto swinging over the top.
And looks like Setsetto was just called for time. His 4th IBL team, of course, Setsetto played in Toronto in 2018, Hamilton in 2019, was with the Barrie Baycats in 2021 and 22. The delivery over to the hot corner, over to first, and in time. And they'll get the outs.
Speaking of another Parsons, that's a nice play by Nick Parsons there to go back on the ball and create the hop. If he tries that, he's to charge that. He's going to get in between hops there. It's going to be a short hop. So nice play by Parsons to recognize that, go back, create a high hop, and able to throw over for the out.
And this will bring up a familiar face, Andy Leader, wearing number 10 for the Royals. 6 seasons with the Kitchener Panthers.
Of course, 6 seasons with the senior Panthers, a few seasons with the junior Panthers before that. A little weird to see Andy in royal blue here.
The delivery, there's a strike. Strike 2 already on Leader.
And with the friendly competition here, the Panthers want to win this battle very badly with Andy.
The delivery, that one just missing for ball 1.
Leader hitting .333 in a short time with the Royals. Bit of a throwback with the no batting gloves.
Absolutely. Parsons gets the sign. That one's well outside for ball 2. Of course, Leader really you saw him, start to just improve on his numbers as the years have gone along. Of course, continuing to, add to his totals as that one's going to be fouled off. And, you think about his averages, you think about his home runs, really becoming a lot more of a force, especially after the pandemic. And, coming in 2021, being a leader on, a revamped Panthers team. And
Oh, absolutely.
swing and a miss. They got him. And that will end the inning.
We'll touch more on that later on as we go to break here.
Absolutely. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Yeah. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. Mark Pare, Mike Gervais here in the booth. Guelph Royals getting set to get things started here in the bottom half of the second. And Mike, let's take a look very quickly at that defense that the Kitchener Panthers will have to contend with here this evening. You see Patterson, Williams, and Leader, especially out in the outfields.
Yeah, and, just to talk some more about Andy Leader. Andy Leader knows what it takes to patrol the outfield here at Jack Couch Park. In the infield for the Royals, we got Takamatsu at third, LaRue at short, Ohashi at second, and Keto over at first. Ash behind the plate. Again, Hector Yon on the hill for the Royals.
Check the bottom of the second for your Kitchener Panthers. Third baseman number 88, Nick.
So here comes Nick Parsons. Of course, had a big spring in college ball down in the States, looking to kind of double down on that as that one is well outside for ball one.
Yeah, so far for the Panthers this year, Parsons has gotten into 10 games, hitting .237, 1 home run, 9 RBIs.
And Parsons loses the bat. He's got the batting gloves, but that didn't save him.
No, the batting gloves, we got to get a little bit more pine tar on there. Good to see that nobody was harmed with that. It's always a scary sight when you see a bat go flying.
Well, with enough fencing around here, I'd be surprised if it goes into the crowd, but you never know.
Again, not likely the crowd, but more so for a guy on deck or maybe a guy over by the dugout that might not be paying attention to that particular pitch.
The delivery, and that's going to hit Parsons, and he's going to take the base.
7th time this year he's been hit by a pitch.
I swear he's got a magnet in him.
Get your number 48,
Now, of course, if you recall, there was a game a couple weeks ago. He was hit by a pitch 3 different times in that game.
Yeah, his first 3 at-bats there. I thought he was going to get all 4, but it was for naught. It never feels good getting hit by a pitch, but you get on any way possible. So 1 on, no out for Ibarra here.
Gonna wear those bruises like a badge of honor.
That's right.
As that's delivered right down Broadway for strike 1.
Ibarra has been in 15 games for the Panthers this year, hitting .189, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Of course, 4 of those 5 RBIs came on his home run, the grand slam down in Toronto at Christie Pitts a few weeks ago.
Still amazes me that you hit a grand slam early on in the season. It took the Panthers to the playoffs last year to actually hit a grand slam.
Yeah, who would have had that on their bingo card?
Yeah, no grand slams during the regular season. The first grand slam coming off the bat of Marcel Lacasse in London in that first round series. As that one is going to go in for a strike.
Yeah, Lacasse, provided some great at-bats for the Panthers last year, especially down the stretch in the playoffs. But Pare looking for a great at-bat here against Hector Yon.
The delivery, that one just upstairs.
Yon tried to get him chasing on the high heat there on the 1-2 count. Nice play by Pare to lay off there. Pare with 8 Ks so far this year.
That one's going to be knocked down the line. Over to second, over to first, and in time. A double play. Tailor-made, 2 away here in the second.
Yeah, the old 5-6-3 for those of you scoring at home. As you said, Mark, tailor-made. Kenny DiClemente coming up to bat for the Panthers now. DiClemente hitting a respectable .385 on this season. 5 games, only 13 at-bats, 5 hits, 3 RBIs, 1 walk.
That one just paints the inside for strike 1.
Yeah, this will not be another tough matchup for DiClemente. Tough lefty for him to sit in there against.
Ath loses the handle on that for ball 1.
But these lefty at-bats that you get here in June pay dividends in August and September.
Absolutely. The delivery well outside for ball 2.
And again, we are, I would say, late June now, being June 23rd. So we're starting to get to the point where we're basically a third of the way through the season. You got to start getting some guys some at-bats, make sure they get their numbers to qualify for the playoffs.
Of course, you have to make sure you get a lot of this time in now, like you were saying, and all of a sudden you're rushing guys, and that one's going to be knocked over through, and that's going to be a base hit.
Yeah, that's a nice placement in there between the 3-4 hole for DiClemente. Nice single, 2-out single to keep the rally alive for the Panthers. Spencer Voisin coming up to bat for the Panthers, hitting .286 on the young season. Again, 3 games, 7 at-bats for Spencer. 2 hits, 2 strikeouts. So Spencer's hoping that he can come up with another big left-on-left base hit here. Advance DiClemente on the base pass, at least 90 feet.
Well, that one's going to be popped up, but will go out of play and just into the seats.
Just into the seats indeed. Again, young fan can pick that up and take it to the canteen for a cold treat.
And get freezies.
If they're feeling nice, they can bring us a cold treat up here.
I would take a cold treat.
What's your favorite cold treat, Mark?
Ooh. You know what? Give me an Oreo Blizzard.
Ooh, Oreo Blizzard. Okay.
Actually,
solid choice.
Even better. You know what? Give me a Choco Brownie Extreme Blizzard. Just give me all the chocolate.
Okay. For those of you listening on or watching on YouTube, you know where we're located.
As the one hopper is nabbed up there by Setseto, and he will tag the bag. We are through 2 here at Jack Couch. Still scoreless between the Royals and the Panthers.
Our grandfather started this business in 1925, immigrant who came to Canada with nothing, building up his first store. My father took over the business in 1970. After he retired, my brother and I expanded it to additional markets.
We have memories of being kids playing in the Teppermans of 1975 and 1976. We are so much more than that today, and we are still fundamentally exactly the same thing. This is more than just retail. At Teppermans, our values are a commitment to people, our team, our customers, commitment to environmental sustainability.
But the heart of our business is family. Furniture in your home really does form and define your experiences and your memories.
The things we sell makes a house a home. Those are the moments that bring people together.
It's about honoring the old school values of Nate Tepperman and Bill Tepperman, and really looking to inspiring the future generations of our customers.
welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. Getting set for the third inning of play here at Jack Couch Park. Mark Pare, Mike Gervais here in the booth. Let's take a look now at the defensive alignment for the Kitchener Panthers. As you see on the screen there, Jacqueline and Gervais back into their usual positions, although you'd usually see Jacqueline over in left field in years past with Leader down the middle. Spencer Voisin coming in as the left fielder for today.
And Evan Ash leading off the top of the third for the Royals here.
Swing and a miss, and hot Ibarra.
Yeah, of course, the home plate umpire is going to go out and deliver that ball just to give Ibarra a few extra seconds to collect himself. And of course, the old dust off the plate there. While we've got this break, we can talk about Evan Ash hitting .280 on the year, 6 games, 25 at-bats, 2 walks so far.
Parsons with the delivery, and trying to frame that one up was Ibarra, but home plate umpire did not bite.
Yeah, a little low, a little outside there. Good frame job by Ibarra, but good call by the home plate umpire. That's a ball.
Swing and a miss. That is a strike.
That was a nasty change up there. The bottom just absolutely fell out of that 1-2 count on Evan Ash here. Parsons, so far, 3 Ks through 2 innings. Nice to see that from Parsons.
Yes, indeed. You know, he's run into trouble this season. That one just missing on the outside, 2-2.
Yeah, that did not miss by much there. It takes a better man than I am to lay off that pitch again. That's why I'm up in the booth and not down on the field.
The 2-2, and that's going to be sent out of play.
Evan Ash providing a quality up out here, fouling that pitch off. You know, he hasn't gotten a whole lot of pitches this at bat that he can do much with, so just waiting for his pitch as the clouds start to roll in over Jack Couch.
Breezy, that flag still fluttering in dead center, and there is ball 3. Is again Ibarra trying to frame that up. You see it a couple of times where he's trying to pull that glove into the strike zone, but just not getting the call that he wanted. The 3-2 swing and a miss. They got him.
Another high fastball there. The high fastball is such a weapon with 2 strikes because it's the closest pitch to your eyes as a hitter. And when you're standing in the batter's box, you think, oh, I can get to this pitch. You know, I can get those hands set, get those hips turned and get to it. But it's so hard to get to.
So this will bring up Ashton Patterson, the left fielder. The lefty against the righty. That one misses well outside for ball 1.
Patterson on the year hitting $158, 5 games, 19 at-bats. No homers, 1 RBI, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch.
That one sent out of play down the third base line, away from everybody, really. Of course, Patterson in his 3rd IBL season, former Guelph Silver Creek. Mechanical engineering he took at the University of Guelph while he was playing for the Griffins organization. As that one's taken for ball 2.
Mechanical engineering, a program you would never catch me anywhere near.
No. And that one hits for strike 2. That one's right at the knees, and Patterson
did not like that call.
Kind of a look of disbelief there.
But again, Patterson careful to not say anything to the home plate umpire to maybe get himself in a little bit of trouble.
That one's upstairs for ball 3. Count 3-2 now here on Patterson.
Strong breeze blowing out to right field now. It was blowing out to left at the start of the game, but the wind has shifted.
That's a wild weather as that one's going to be popped to the fence.
I was coming down the 401 to get back to call this game today, and I ran into quite a few rain patches on my way coming down. It was whether I could beat the rain or not.
The delivery. He got him. Austin Patterson walks away. He was strutting towards first, but he got K'd.
On the inside rail there, Patterson, as you said, Mark, thought he had ball 4 there, and all for naught. That's a backwards K in your scorebook if you're scoring at home. What a pitch by Parsons there.
So that'll bring up Brando LaRue.
LaRue in the first inning struck out to lead off the game. LaRue hitting 361 coming into today, and that's a routine ground ball.
Yes, over to short, over to first, and in time. They'll get the out. So a 1-2-3 inning. Still scoreless here at Jack Couch. Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers Baseball on YouTube. Mark Pare, Mike Gervais here in the booth here at Jack Couch.
We are scoreless here in the bottom of the third. It's been a well-pitched ball game on both sides so far. And again, the Royals with a gem of a ball game last night.
I still can't believe that only lasted 2 hours and 6 minutes.
That's quick.
Very quick.
Out of all my years around the IBL, and I've been around this league since 2013, I don't think I've ever seen a game that quick. First pitch from Jan.
That's a ball.
Ross on the year hitting 304 in 10 games, 23 at-bats.
That was going to be popped up and playable here. And a drop. But they're going to get
my
out there as
my.
The player just didn't run for it. He thought Spencer Ross thought that was a routine play. And it dropped into the Bermuda Triangle.
Right fielder number 23.
And that right there is just a mistake that you're going to learn from. You have to run those outs.
You're going to learn from it. You should learn from it. I don't want to be too critical, but you've got to run those balls out.
Absolutely. As now we have Gervais in the batter's box here.
Gervais hitting 340 on the year for the Panthers, and he acts as that de facto second leadoff, turning the lineup over, usually for Blake Jacklin as well. And a great weapon to have in that 9-hole for the Panthers.
2-1 count here now on Gervais. We started the season as the leadoff guy at the top of the lineup. Had some really impressive numbers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, he's hitting 340 in 12 games, 50 at-bats, no homers, 4 RBIs.
That was knocked down the line, and it will be another out.
But you don't expect the home runs from Gervais. You want him to get on base, and he's been doing that.
Blake Jacklin.
So Blake Jacklin will step in here now.
Jacklin in the first inning had a strikeout, just like the Royals leadoff hitter struck out to lead off the game, and Jacklin looking to hopefully ignite a rally for the Panthers.
1-0 count as he takes one well outside and down for ball one.
3 walks, 3 hit by pitches so far this year, and 3 strikeouts.
The East Tennessee State University Buccaneer takes one for ball 2 there.
And good for him for really putting in the work for himself last year to get himself noticed and get himself the opportunity out there.
That one's fouled off for strike 1.
I just see
a guy that was really advertising himself last year. That's so we can get a spot onto a collegiate roster.
Yeah, absolutely. I kept seeing clips of Jacklin online all the time. And good for him, because sometimes you got to go, no pun intended, at bat for yourself.
Exactly. When you bet on yourself, you never know what can happen. The 2-2 is going to be fouled off.
Jacklin, again, always provides a tough at bat for any of the opposing pitchers. He's been around the league for a couple of years now, and really, this Panthers lineup goes when he goes in that leadoff spot.
That one's fouled away. Extended at bat here for Blake Jacklin.
In 5 games this year, he's got 4 runs already. So again, great weapon to have at the top of the order for the Panthers.
Swing, and he missed it, really. No, he got a piece of it.
Yeah.
So stays alive.
Yep. Just got a piece of the change up there to stay alive. Front shoulder came out a little bit, but again, you live to see another pitch here.
Another 2-2 well outside, and that'll put the count full at 3-2.
Yeah, if Chapman can somehow get on, Grinberg walked himself in the first inning, so be nice to.
Ooh, that one's knocked down the line, but well foul.
Yes, that carry him into the Royals bullpen off the fence by the Beer Gardens. Again, if you're coming to the Panthers game and you haven't had a chance, check out the new Beer Gardens. A great place to take in the action from.
Having a wobbly pop and, of course, drive home safely. That one's put into play and right into the glove of Garrett Takamatsu. So the 1-2-3 inning. Through 3 here at Jack Couch. Stay with us. No score between the Royals and the Panthers.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions, kind of like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball on YouTube. Top of the 4th here at Jack Couch. Still no score between the Panthers and the Royals. Quite an interesting game here so far. Not too much in terms of hits. The defense has been playing, well, as what you would expect, quite well here so far.
Defense has been playing well, and the pitchers have been pitching well. Parsons for the Panthers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Ks through 3 innings. That's good. When you keep the Royals from putting the pressure on you on the base pass, good things happen if you're the Panthers. Parsons, really nice to see him with those 5 Ks. Only 1 hit so far allowed. That was the double to Ohashi in the first inning.
And you really like to see that tidy effort as that one goes in for ball 1. That tidy effort from Parsons, of course, his last time out came back on June 16th in Chatham, Kent. It was a 13-3 loss. He only went 3 1/3 in that game. Gave up 5 runs on 3 hits. As that one's going to bounce wide, and 2-0 the count. Of course, also walked 5 and struck out 4 in that game.
And, speaking of Chatham Kent, they've surprised me a little bit this year. Mid-table in the standings, good for them. You never didn't know what you're going to get from an expansion team, but they've put together a good group of guys there.
Chopper down the first base line, and that'll be grabbed up by Grinberg, 1 away.
Designated hitter number 15, Josh Garton.
And we've got Josh Garton coming up to the bat, and Again, you want to face Josh Garden. This is the best time to face Josh Garden with nobody on base.
As you know, he's got some pop in that bat. He's had a lot of pop in that bat so far this season.
And again, with that wind blowing out, it's not going to take much today. But even if you give up a jack here, which again, you hope you don't, it's only going to be a solo jack. So the ideal situation if you're a Panthers fan right now, face Garden with nobody on base, who did not like the call of that first pitch and glance back at the home plate umpire.
The delivery, and there's another strike. Just going to the outside, and you see the expression on Mr. Garton's face. Did not like that one either.
No, absolutely not. That looked like it caught the outside rail from my perspective, but again, I'm not down there on field level.
Holds off on the swing. That's a ball. Well outside there.
Yes, we can all agree that one was a ball.
Has struck out a team high 14 times this year. Has 19 RBI, though.
So you take the good with the bad with Garton.
Chopper over to second. Ross over to first and in time. And they'll get Mr. Garton.
You take the Ks because you get the home runs and you get the RBIs here. Takamatsu coming up for the Royals here in the top of the fourth. Takamatsu with a weak line drive to second base to end the first inning. Again, another guy you want to face with nobody on base, hitting .317 so far, coming into today rather.
And Takamatsu, a former IBL Rookie of the Year, former IBL MVP, as that one paints for strike one.
Garrett just out there flexing his legs a little bit, trying to get a little bit limbered up. Again, really happy if you're a Panthers fan that he's coming up with nobody on base. Parsons has done a heck of a job pitching to the Royals so far today. Keep them off balance.
How do you feel with him, the way he's been working the zone throughout this game?
Well, he's done well. He's hit all four quadrants. He's been in control. He hasn't had a lot of stress so far. So it'll be interesting to see if the Royals get a few runners on base, how he pitches in some stressful situations. But so far, it's been a well-pitched ball game for Parsons.
And it's great to see, too. I mean, he's going to be a starter in this league for years to come. Of course, has the ability to learn from guys that have done it before, as that one just misses under the knees.
Now, that pitch looked pretty good.
Of course, you have Yadier Martinez. You have Pedro de los Santos. Now, you have another Cuban player coming into the lineup hearing very soon.
Yeah, should be any in the next few days. Give the Panthers a big boost as well.
The 1-2 swing and a miss, but Takamatsu chugging down the first base line. And they
play by Ibarra there.
Ibarra gets to the fence, gets to strike him out, and throws out Takamatsu down the line. That was a close play.
No hits. No hits. Yes,
we will talk more about that later on, but what a play there.
Absolutely. To the bottom of the fourth we go here at Jack Couch.
Please scratch your phone. $5.95. And Pamper Baseball Club, $5.83. Please take your winning program to the merchandise tab to claim your prize. Thank you.
A great game. Lots of strength. Sounds. Side here, exactly, and they'll look for offense here in the bottom of the fourth.
Kitchener Panthers, first pitch for 36.
Thank you so much there, Rice. Rice Tiffin you'll be hearing his voice quite a bit throughout the season. And he touched on a really good point there, Mike. Of course, looks like Dakota Parsons is cooking. A swing and a miss there for strike one on Simon Grinberg. But again, just touching back on Dakota Parsons, a 3-game losing skid here for the Kitchener Panthers. It's a very important outing here for Dakota Parsons.
Yeah, whenever you hit a skid, you need a stopper. And so far, Parsons has done that. On the flip side, Hector Jan for the Royals has been Matthew Parsons 0 for 0 so far. It's been a very, very well pitched ball game here through 3.5 innings.
The delivery from Jan inside for ball 3. And, again, this, the Royals, we talked about it already. Their pitching lineup is, quite strong as that's fouled away. Full count here on Grinberg. You talk about guys like Hector Jan, guys like Kyle Thomas, Yuki Narita no longer with the team. Also you see Jacob Push and what he's been able to do in the starting rotation for the Guelph Royals. There's a delivery downstairs for ball 4. Also, the Brandon Deanses of the world. How about, Grills, who recently came over, a former prospect in the major leagues, and what he's been able to do so far.
Yeah, you can never have too much pitching as a ball club, but the Royals just have a plethora of arms to throw at you, and it's going to serve them well the later we get into this season.
That one goes over to the hot corner, over to second, over to first in time, and just like that, the walk is erased on the double play.
Yeah, not ideal if you're a Panthers fan. Gonzalez swinging on the first pitch after a walk to the ground into the 5-6-3. Taylor made double play there. But one Parsons has been getting it done for the Panthers so far today. Let's hope Nick Parsons can keep his namesake counterpart doing well.
That is already the third double play turned by the Royals in this game. They turned one in the first, they turned one in the second, now they turn one here in the fourth.
Yeah, again, pitching and defense wins championships, right? Parsons had the hit by pitch in the second inning and was erased on one of those aforementioned double plays.
So it's a 1-1 count here on Mr. Parsons. That one's downstairs for a 2-1 count.
Yeah. Parsons just hoping he can ignite a 2-out rally here.
Oh, and down the line. That's a fair ball. Circling around first, Parsons will get on with a single.
You take the wide turn. It was never going to go, but again, you take the wide turn just in case there's a bobble or a skip out there.
So Junior Ibarra now here with 2 away.
Yeah, Junior Ibarra is due for another big hit here. He started off the year slow for the Panthers last year and was arguably one of their better hitters as the year went on in the second half of the season once he came back. So let's hope he can create some of that magic he had in the second half of the season last year for the Panthers and get the Panthers on the board here in the bottom of the fourth. Shading him a little bit to left center. Big hole out there.
Then the throw over to second, sliding in, and they got him. Parsons tries to steal, but they get him caught, and that will do it here in the fourth. It remains scoreless between the Royals and the Panthers.
At Mucho Burrito, the average order takes less than 6 minutes. Or does it? Our salsa. Those pickled onions. And the chicken. All so you can taste the time without having to take the time. Ooh, my carnitas are ready.
Thank you so much there, Rice. And yeah, how about that? A Brantford victory over the Barrie Baycats.
Big victory for the Red Sox there, who currently hold that 8th and final playoff spot in the IBL. Of course, 15 games in, 16 games now for the Red Sox, and they're at 6-10. Panthers also, this is their 16 game and 3-12 coming into today. So it's a real battle for that last playoff spot right now in the IBL.
Of course, now that it is actually a battle, if you will.
Right. You know, for those of you who are just getting familiar with the league, before there was 8 teams, now with Chatham-Kent coming into the league, there's that 9th team. So that 9th team, which the Panthers currently are, they would not make the playoffs if they started today. And again, we are about a third of the way through the season. So it's still early, but it's getting late quick.
Yes, it is. And there's strike one delivered.
So the Panthers, you know, coming in today, 3-12, again, on a 3-game losing streak. They need to start putting some wins together here. Another strike call to J.D. Williams there. Panthers, in case you missed it, will have a makeup game tomorrow night here at Jack Couch Park at 7:30 p.m. Apparently, there's another important game going on tomorrow night in the world of sports.
An important game in the world of sports on a Monday night? Who does that?
No idea. But in case you are not a hockey fan and want to tune in, Mark Pare will be live on the call here tomorrow night at 7:30. You will not hear my voice on the call tomorrow, as I have to step in and do in-house PA announcing. Mike Cicetto coming up to bat here in the top of the 5th for the Royals. Cicetto had the 5-3 grand out there in the 2nd inning. Parsons quickly ahead of him 0-1. Cicetto took a big hack there. Was trying to put this out onto the freeway very quickly to give the Royals a lead, but Parsons with a nice pitch inside. There's a fastball on the outside black. Cicetto quickly down the count 0-2. Parsons again hitting all 4 quadrants with ease so far today through 4 innings. Cicetto with a ground out. Gonzalez comes over it, flips over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. It's a 6-3 grand out for those of you scoring at home.
Right fielder number 10, Andy Leader.
Former Panther Andy Leader coming up to bat here in the 5th. Leader Cade to end the 2nd inning in his only at bat so far today. Leader with a nice ovation from the Panthers crowd here. Parsons steps in, gets the sign. First pitch to Leader goes low, 1-0. Again, Andy Leader, as we were talking about earlier, real good ball player. Really became a leader for the Panthers in that post-pandemic era in 2021. Leader takes the 2nd pitch outside for a 2-0 count. Parsons gets set, gets the sign from Ibarra. Oh, and that one stung Ibarra. The foul ball from Leader, and that one really stung Ibarra.
He has been taking some bruising here this afternoon.
Yeah, it is not a fun position to. Well, I mean, let me rephrase that. It is a fun position to play.
Absolutely.
I was a catcher for many years, but man, you get bumps and bruises and cuts and foul ticks, and the ice baths are your friend after the game, to say the least.
You can see Andy having a word with Junior. Of course, the two of them were teammates last season.
And again, Pare, as you said, Mark, just a real good ball player. Really became the leader of that Panthers post-pandemic when you in that 2021 season when the Panthers started that youth movement. Pare getting a nice round of applause from the Panthers faithful here on the Sunday. I'm going to say evening.
Here. Oh, it's evening now. It was pre-evening before. It's now evening. The delivery! That one over the head. And Andy Leader will get on with a base hit.
Yeah, solid single up the middle there.
Number 23.
That's when you know you're going well with those line drives right back up the middle there.
Yeah.
Not pulling off it, not late on the ball. That's when you know you're seeing the ball there. And yes, the sun is coming out, but again, there's some ominous clouds in the background here. Here's hoping we can get this game in. We've had enough rained out here.
Well, we're at that point where it would be a final right around this vicinity. So
yes, if one of these teams were to take a lead and we had to halt for rain, and we have played enough that it would be a final, but you do want to get all 9 innings in.
absolutely. Well, over to first and not in time. Leader stays put.
Yes, we will have the Welland Jack fishing here tomorrow night for a makeup game of the June 2nd rainout. And of course, we had the game for the London Majors, almost 2 weeks ago now, that was cut short in the 3rd inning. That needs to be resumed.
There's a strike. And I believe that's actually going to be part of a double header on the 7th of July.
Yeah, that would make sense. Bring him in on a Sunday.
Of course, we've already got the 5:15 first pitch there, so why not start it a bit earlier, get a couple of games in. That one over into second base and not in time. Stolen base for Andy Leader.
Yeah, we might try to see if that can be a 4 o'clock start. It'd be nice if that could be a 4 o'clock start. That one could get done maybe 6 o'clock. And then you could start game 2, 6:30 or so. Wouldn't be too late of an evening for anybody involved.
Look over from Parsons. Chopper down the third base line. That's foul.
Yeah, with Leader out there in scoring position. Again, Parsons needs to bear down on Evan Ash. This is the first time the Royals have had a runner in scoring position since Ohashi with the double, 2 batters in.
Now, Guelph is very good at hitting with runners in scoring position. Going into yesterday's game, in fact, they had an over 300 average as a team with runners in scoring position. That one hits Ash right on the elbow. So he'll take the base.
Yeah, no malice there. You could tell with the curveball. I mean,
number 50, Patterson.
I think the days of people intentionally throwing at people are pretty much gone. But again, you could tell there's no malice there. You don't want to put another runner on base here, especially, there was 2 strikes there, so no intent there. Ashton Patterson coming up to bat now, hitting 158 coming into the day.
The delivery upstairs for ball 1.
Patterson in the 3rd inning struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch, and he was none too pleased about it, to say the least. There was 2 calls on that at-bat that he did not agree with. We'll see how this at-bat goes.
That one delivered. That one paints the black for strike number 1.
But you notice there was no look back that time. Perhaps some words were said to Patterson. Hey, you said your piece in your first at-bat. Let's not have it again.
The wind be a-blowing, and there's one that blows by Patterson for strike number 2.
Yeah, nice off-speed pitch there. Looked like maybe a slider. Patterson.
You can see Leader and Gonzalez just having a time.
Yep, and that's what it's all about, right? Obviously you're here to win the game, but Leader and Gonzalez would have formed that friendship last year while Leader was here in Kitchener. And again, Good to see your buddy enjoying some laughs out there.
Nasty curve there from Parsons on the last pitch. Just missed, though. Couple of looks over. That one's inside, and trying to frame that one was Ibarra, but it's a full count here on Mr. Patterson, the left fielder.
So full count, 2 outs. Both runners will be on the move here with the pitch. Let's see if Parsons can get the K like he did in the 3rd inning.
There's the delivery. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Dakota Parsons. We are still scoreless here at Jack Couch. Stay with us. This is Kitchener Panthers Baseball on YouTube.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't dig me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Pullovers, hats, scarves, and blankets for those children.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Ballpark here in Kitchener as Hector Jan is back on the mound. Today, as we see the pitches coming in, they might have a little bit more of a curve on them, as Mark and Mike are announcing here this afternoon. That might be due to a little bit of the wind down there. It's definitely playing a factor here this afternoon, as Junior Ibarra from Cuba will be up next here for the Panthers, as Nick Parsons got thrown out in the bottom of the 4th. He'll lead us off here, the Kitchener Panthers here in the bottom of the 5th, hoping to get some offense going. Back to Mark and Mike in the booth.
Thank you so much there, Rice. Don't get blown away in all of this wind. It is a breezy one, to say the very least. Still no score between the Panthers and the Royals. As we alluded to, bottom of the 5th, and Junior Ibarra will step into the batter's box here, Mike.
Yeah, it's real breezy. I'm surprised that the ball's been staying in the park so far. Again, I know we've touched on this a few times so far today, but both pitchers are throwing absolute gems so far. Barra leading off, bottom of the 5th for the Panthers. He was up to bat in the bottom of the 4th when Parsons was gunned down trying to steal.
There's the delivery for ball 1.
About a 1 home run, 5 RBIs on the year, hitting a $189.
There's a strike.
A little bit of a back foot slider there on the inside rail. Nice pitch by Jan.
And there's one that goes into the outfield. A base hit for Junior. They get 3 straight games with a hit for the catcher.
Yeah, that's a nice single out in the left field there. Good for the Panthers to put the first runner on. It's the 3rd time in 5 innings they've had the leadoff man on. But again, as we touched on last inning, the Royals so far have spun 3 double plays today. It's up to DiClemente. DiClemente had a single in the 3-4 hole back in the 2nd inning.
That one's outside for ball 1.
Corners for the Royals playing in. Almost at the grass at third base. Possibly expecting a bunt to try to get a bar into scoring position. Infield back at double play depth.
Ooh, holds off on that, or did he?
He went.
Yes, he did. Well, that's strike number 1 on DiClemente. The Oakville native.
Yeah, we got the 1-1 count to DiClemente. I don't think we'll see a bunt here.
No, and he just watches that one paint the outside for strike number 2.
Yeah, the bunt's definitely off now. Takamatsu taking a few steps back now with 2 strikes and the bunt off.
Swing and a miss. They got him. DiClemente goes down on strikes.
That breaking ball is such a weapon for Hector Jan there. It looks like it's a fastball out of his hand and stays on that plane till about a foot or 2 right before the plate and then just breaks down and away from those left-handed hitters. Almost unhittable.
Hector Yan. 22 strikeouts coming into today, a 3.57 ERA. That one just under the knees for ball one. Of course, today, pitching, it seems a little bit more for contact than actually just trying to blow balls by the batters.
Yeah, that's only Jan's second strikeout of the day so far. His first was Jacklin to lead off the game for the Panthers.
There's a swing and a miss for strike one.
As I talked about in the first or second inning, where I said, hitting is what usually gets the glory, and I really like pitching. To go back on that note, I remember, this would have been maybe 15 years ago or so, watching a Detroit Tigers broadcast. And it was when Justin Verlander was just becoming that true ace. And when Verlander was a young kid, he would always try to blow everybody by him. And they were talking to Verlander one day. That's a nice pitch on the outside rail.
Absolutely.
And Verlander said, because he was during that 2012 season where he was having his breakout year, he said, they asked him what he was doing different. He's like, I've learned to pitch to contact. You don't always need the strikeout. So it helps.
Ooh, that one over the head of LaRue. We'll get back to that story in just a second as a base hit there for Spencer Voisin.
Yeah, that's a nice hit for Voisin. Verlander was saying, he's learned to pitch to contact. Put that out in the first 2-3 pitches of an at bat. Because now instead of taking 6 or 7 pitches for the at bat, and your pitch count is up and you're gassed in the 5th inning, that allows you to get deeper into the game, into that 7th, 8th inning. So not only is that better for you, it saves your bullpen as well, too. And it's mutually beneficial for everybody on your pitching staff.
Spencer Ross, the second baseman, now in the batter's box. And he will foul that one away.
That's a good hack for Ross there. Again, Ross coming into it hitting .304. Had the 4-3 grand out in the 3rd inning. Let's see if he can do some damage here. This is the first time the Panthers have had 2 men on in an inning so far today.
Hector Yan gets the sign well inside for ball one. And of course, Yan, last season, a 1-5 record, started in 9 games, 72 strikeouts to 35 walks. This year, 22 strikeouts to 17 walks. He's 2-1 on the season.
Yeah, and again, I don't think the 1-5 record was indicative of how he pitched last year either, though. Just had some hard luck. The K's, about where I expected him to be. Again, this year, he's got 5 games, 4 games started, 17 runs, 15 earned in 19 innings. Sorry, those were Parsons' numbers, rather. On 5 games, 4 games started. 12 runs, only 9 earned. So he's really, really been almost ace-like for the Royals this year.
Definitely a good weapon to have. A 3-1 upstairs, and that will load the bases.
Yeah, we might see a mound visit here from the Royals.
Right fielder number 23, Gervais.
Dino is going to stay in, and
see, I would have thought we would have seen a mound visit there.
Because now you have just the one out here in the 5th. You have the bases loaded. This is an opportunity here for the Panthers. Get one deep into the outfield and try to score a run.
Playing in a first base. That's going to get a run in.
Yes, indeed. No, it's made, and that is going to keep the guys on base. What a catch out there. And, of course, it was Andy Leader tracking that ball down to take a run away from his former team.
Yeah, really nice play by Andy Leader there. Really good break on the ball there. When that was off the bat of Jarvis's bat, I thought, Leader's going to have trouble with that. I thought that was going to fall in. A really, really nice break by Andy Leader there.
So this will bring up Blake Jacklin, the center fielder. And that will go into the dirt for ball one.
That's twice today the Panthers have swung at the first pitch after the batter in front of them have walked. A little bit of an anomaly there.
That one's chopped down the first base line. It gets over Chiquetto. Setsetto missed it. One run comes in to score. Play at the plate. No, another run comes in to score. Make it 2-0 Panthers. An RBI, 2 RBI single from Blake Jacklin.
Yeah, really nice hitting by Jacklin there. Putting bat to ball.
36, Simon Grinberg.
Of course, Ross goes first to third. Good running there as well. Panthers are in business with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Pare comes in to score. Voisin comes in to score. Ross moves over to third.
This has been a good inning for the Panthers. They've gotten to yawn a little bit here for a tune of 2 runs, 4 base runners. Nice take there by Grinberg.
Jan gets the sign. The lefty. And that'll be fouled off. 1-1 the count here on Grinberg.
Are you surprised, Mark, we didn't see a man visit there when the bases were loaded, just to give Jan a break?
A little bit. But I think in that sense, too, Dino's probably thinking at the same time, too, this is a guy that has been through these situations. Throw over to second base, sliding in safely is Jacklin. Stolen base there for the center fielder.
Right, and again, Jan has been in the situations. I wouldn't have been worried about him pitching out of that. I thought more than anything just to give him a break, as it's the first real adversity he's faced so far this game.
Of course, multiple years in the minors. Signed on by the LA Angels back in 2015. There's a strike. And that will retire the side. We'll be back after this. The Panthers now up 2-0 over the Guelph Royals.
When you're looking for a baseball or softball cleat, the first thing you need to know is what sport do you play, softball or baseball? For softball, there are 3 kinds of cleats that are good for you. The turf cleat, the rubber cleat, or the TPU cleat, which is known as hard plastic. The turf cleat is made for hard surfaces, synthetic, and gives you the feel of a running shoe. The rubber cleat is a softer spike and is made for beginners to mid-level players. The TPU cleat is a harder spike, gives you better performance and more stability while running the bases. When we look at baseball cleats, the 3 same apply: the turf cleat, the rubber cleat, and the TPU cleat. For turf cleat, it is also available for coaches. Then we add the metal cleat. The metal cleat is used for bantam players and up, and elite players as well. Please verify with your local association and rulebook that the metal cleat is good for you. If you need more tips on baseball cleats or softball cleats, please come and see us at Source for Sports, because at Source for Sports, we know our stuff.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Ballpark here in Kitchener on this Sunday evening. Now, that was Blake Jacklin giving Kitchener a 2-0 lead in what could be 2 crucial runs here this afternoon in this ball game between Kitchener and Guelph. That was Jacklin's 6th hit of the year and his 2nd and 3rd RBIs on his 2-run RBI single. That gives Kitchener the lead. They'll look to continue their great dominance, and I believe that continues to be Dakota Parsons on the mound, and he's pitching a gem here this afternoon at Jack Couch. Gem and Jack Couch kind of go together. Hopefully we'll see more of that with Panthers this coming week.
Shortstop number 5.
Thank you so much for that, right? Again, gems. It's been a gem, as he said, for Dakota Parsons, and he talked about how crucial that 2 RBI single was for Jacklin. You go back to last night with Guelph. Sometimes 1, or in this case 2 runs is all you might need.
Yeah, Parsons so far today for the Panthers, 5 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 8 Ks. He's really done his job here so far today, Parsons, in keeping this dangerous Royals lineup at bay.
A 1-1 count here.
Looks like we're starting to see some people stir up in the Panthers bullpen. Starting to stretch and maybe toss lightly. Be nice if you could get Parsons through the 6th inning here.
Absolutely. And again, he's looking very sharp here on this Sunday game.
Overthrew that one a little bit. Tried to get a little too much on it. Didn't quite repeat his release point there. To LaRue. LaRue so far today 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to shortstop.
Of course, Parsons in his 5th start of the season. The delivery outside, ball 4, and Brando LaRue gets on with the free pass.
There's the first walk of the day for Parsons. Of course, he did hit Evan Ash in the last inning.
Second baseman number 24, Ryosuke Ohashi.
Ohashi coming up to bat here in the top of the 6th. Ohashi had a double in the 1st and a ground out to first in the 4th. Parsons would love another ground out to first here.
One of my favorite names in the IBL, Ryosuke Ohashi. Just rolls off the tongue. That one's well inside for ball 1.
Good mound visit by Ibarra here. Parsons looks like he's rushing his delivery just a little bit here so far in the 6th.
Well, and the one thing is, too, is you don't have to worry about a pitch clock.
No.
They don't have that pitch clock here instituted in the IBL. You never know what future years might come.
I was just going to say, do you think we'll ever see it?
I don't know. I mean, you might need an extra volunteer here in the booth just to hit the clock.
You might. You might. We can never have enough volunteers, and we thank all the volunteers here with the Kitchener Panthers organization. We would not be able to do these broadcasts without you.
It's great to have, that's for sure. Take some of the work off of our plates. And
many hands make light work.
Losing the ball there was Ibarra, but LaRue will stay put over at first.
Yeah, see Parsons with the 3-0 count on Ohashi. Again, he's just rushing that delivery a little bit. We got to be careful here with the heart of the order coming up for the Royals. Garden, Takamatsu, and Williams.
The delivery, and that one just missed. Another walk issued by Parsons, and Ohashi will take his base. By the way, if you'd like to make your way over to Jack Couch Park, head on over to KitchenerPanthers.com/tickets. Get your hands on those tickets. Single game and flex packs are available.
And of course, if you do decide to come last minute, the Panthers do take walk-up ticket sales as well, too. So don't feel like you can't do that.
Josh Garton now the batter. Swing and a miss.
Oh, that was a powerful swing by Garton. He was trying to give the Royals the lead with one swing of the bat there. That was the only thing on his mind with that swing.
Yeah, look at that flag now. Just out in center field, fluttering all the way out. Swing and a miss.
And that's a great pitch by Parsons there. Went low with his first pitch, changed the eye level of Garton there. Way to work the north and south quadrant of the zone. Really nice pitch sequence by Ibarra and Parsons.
Parsons getting a look over at second. That's LaRue. The delivery upstairs, and losing it there was Ibarra, but that will allow both runners to advance.
Unfortunate to get the pass ball there. You don't see many of those from Ibarra, but Parsons can dig in here. You got to put that runner out third out of your mind. Just keep pitching like he's not even there.
So 2 runners in scoring position. An opportunity here for the Royals to claw back in. The delivery, swing and a miss. They got him. And it looked like Garton was going to snap the bat in half. He goes down on strike.
I thought we were going to see a reenactment of the Bo Jackson baseball card from the early 90s there.
You got one of those?
Not that one. I do have a few bows in my collection, but not the breaking the bat over the knee card. No, that one has eluded me so far.
Garrett Takamatsu.
So Garrett Takamatsu now stepping in. He has an 0 for 2 day here today. Swing and over to the hot corner, over to home, and Ibarra lost it there for a moment. He'll throw it over to second, and now a rundown. Throw back over to home. This is quite the interesting play. Diving into third, he tags out LaRue. And, of course, in safely is Ohashi over at third.
So for those of you that are scoring at home, that's a 5-2-4-2-5 putout.
And on that, Takamatsu does get over to second base. So LaRue circles around third.
Ohashi goes to third. Heads up base running by Takamatsu to go to second there.
So you just count that as the fielder's choice.
Yeah, that's a fielder's choice. 5-2-4-2-5.
And after all of that, still runners on second and third.
So yes, we're in the same predicament that we were a batter ago, just different base runners out there now.
And J.D. Williams now the batter. He takes one right down Broadway for strike one. A lot of numbers there.
A lot of numbers. A lot of numbers. That's a good executed rundown by the Panthers.
One sent up high, deep, all the way back and over the fence it goes. J.D. Williams with a 3-run shot, and just with one swing of the bat, the Guelph Royals have taken a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate there. Really, really unfortunate. J.D. Williams got the ball up in the jet stream to left center field. If you look at that flag, it's flying out in that direction.
First baseman number 44, Mike Setzetto.
So Mike Setzetto, the batter here now, a 3-2 lead for Guelph.
So
That'll clear the bases.
Setzetto with 2 groundouts so far today, a 5-3 in the second and a 6-3 in the fifth.
Parsons in a bit of trouble as that one goes upstairs for ball one. And I'm just going to throw it over here now to Rice, as I believe there is some action happening in the Panthers bullpen.
David Brunsum is up in the Panthers bullpen throwing hard, so we should probably see him shortly coming in for Dakota Parsons, who's got himself into some trouble here in the top of the sixth.
So the veteran Bruins in the bullpen getting some warm-ups. So we'll have to see how short the leash is or how long the leash is here on Dakota Parsons as Setzetto swings and misses at that one.
I would think Parsons is probably done after this inning. And if so, it's still a very, very well-pitched ball game for him. It'll go down as a quality start if this is his last inning. 6 runs, 3 earned or less, provided the score stays the same.
And that one framed up, but didn't get the call.
No, Parsons so far today, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks. That's really, really, really good work from Dakota Parsons. There it is. And there's K number
Beautiful.
10.
Dakota Parsons hits double digits, but it's a 3-2 lead for the Guelph Royals. A home run from J.D. Williams gives the visitors the lead. We're heading to the 7th here at Jack Couch. Stay with us.
6th.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Park. Hector Jan still in the game for the Guelph Royals, who have now taken a 3-2 lead on the Kitchener Panthers. Number the sixth here with Raul Gonzalez in the batter's box for Kitchener.
Yeah, the Panthers jumped out to the 2-0 lead. If you joined us late on a 2-run single by Jacqueline in the bottom of the fifth, but the Royals answered right back with 3 of their own in the top of the sixth on a 3-run bomb by J.D. Williams.
That one set up high. It's going deep, and we have a tie game. One swing of the bat, and Raul Gonzalez sends one over the fence.
Now, as I said at the top of the game, Raul Gonzalez, that bat was starting to heat up. That's his 3rd home run in about the last 10 days or so. That's a pretty good percentage. He started the season kind of slow, but man alive, he's been white hot as of late for the Kitchener Panthers.
There's a reason why he was an IBL MVP finalist a year ago. He's got that power, and he flexed it there.
Yeah, he finished 2nd in the IBL MVP voting last year.
There's the number 88, Nick Parsons.
And, you know, it's good for the Panthers to come back and tie this game so quickly. It's
looks like Dino, actually, just a moment, is going to come out to the mound and talk with Hector and Evan Ash.
Equally as good for Dakota Parsons, who, if this was his last inning, now will not get saddled with the loss. He pitched well enough today where he would not have deserved a loss.
Saying what this conversation is about. Yes, you give up the home run, but what do you think Dino and Hector are talking about here?
You know, Dino's probably just saying to Hector, hey, you know what, Hector? You just gave up a bomb. You know, don't feel bad about it. You've pitched well as well. You got by a guy who finished 2nd in the IBL MVP. And
so that's a mound visit.
Yep. Which again, with the new rules in for mound visits this year.
Yeah, you only got the 6. And you'll have the umpire signal to the booth up here whenever there is a mound visit charge. The delivery, swing and a miss by Parsons there for strike 1. And, you know, the thing is, Mike, you have the rules in effect, and it's more of just kind of a phasing in process. You don't really have any kind of penalties if you go over the 6 mound visits.
Right. And that was my first thought when I saw the rules come out this year. I thought, okay, so you're bringing in the 6 mound visits. Is there going to be a penalty? And then when I saw there wasn't, I was just kind of like, oh.
Well, I think, again, it's that phased in approach. You're just trying to get used to that kind of pace of play.
Right.
You know, you'll probably see those penalties come in next season.
Yep. And again, I'm okay with that as well, too.
You know, it is something to get used to. Some of these guys haven't dealt with that as that one goes upstairs.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, everybody, it doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, if you're learning to drive a car, if you're learning to cook spaghetti, everybody's got to get used to things, right? So you got to allow some wiggle room.
How long did it take you to cook spaghetti?
I'm not a very good cook. I asked my wife.
Fettuccine, rigatoni.
I ask my wife every time we have spaghetti if it's done.
Well, there's one. A juicy meatball all the way back, and it's gone!
What a home run there by Parsons. So now we've gone from one Parsons talking about potentially taking a loss. Now, Dakota Parsons potentially on the hook for a win. Again, your first job as the Panthers is to win this game. That's the most important thing. Team stats come before personal stats, but Dakota Parsons pitched well enough today that he should get credit for. She should be rewarded.
Back-to-back jacks for the Kitchener Panthers, and they have retaken the lead 4-3. One going dead center, and Hector Jan is now out of this ball game. We'll be back after this. We'll have a new pitcher into the game here for the Guelph Royals.
Oh, when it comes time to muck a mammoth meal, just dial up Domino's to rally a rip up the road and drop off a pair of piping pies. Canada's top pie. Everything about these beauties is top shelf from Z to A, eh? Dominoes. Just send it, bud.
It's a new season of baseball, and with that comes new merchandise in the Jack Couch Park merchandise tent and online store. Make sure to check out our huge selection of new wearables to cheer on your team. We have replica jerseys, jackets, pullovers, hats, scarves, and blankets for those chilly evening games. Our shops have all different sizes to choose from, and we will try our best to fit you with Panthers authorized gear. Make sure to check us out at our merchandise tent at the front gate when you enter into the park, or visit our shop online at KitchenerPanthers.com and click on Shop. We want our fans to wear our gear proud and loud and cheer on your Panthers.
Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers Baseball on YouTube. We have another Reese on the broadcast here tonight, as we have Reese Montgomery coming into the ball game here for the Guelph Royals.
Yeah, Montgomery, his second IBL season. His first was in 2022. Took a year off from the IBL last year. He's won 5 games for the Royals so far this year, 1-1 record, 2.16 ERA, 8 1/3 innings, 11 Ks, no walks out of the pen, and 7 hits.
Back-to-back home runs for the Kitchener Panthers, erasing a 3-2 deficit. They are now up 4-3 with nobody out here in the 6th. Just what the doctor ordered, and Junior Pare will step into the batter's box. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Pare trying to get in on the party as well. The Panthers, with 2 home runs today, only had 7 home runs on their 15 games previous coming into the year. So almost a quarter of their home runs today.
The delivery downstairs. And, that was a point of, where are those home runs going to come from this season? Again, you had, one of the best hitting teams in the IBL last year.
Yeah,
delivery, and that one's going to be put into the outfield. And
what a catch! Andy Leader showing off the outfield defense right there. That's the second great play he's made out there so far. We're only in the 6th inning today.
First out of the inning, and Andy Leader putting on a show, a diving catch.
Yeah, great play by Andy Leader there. Just to go back to that thought that we had before, small ball is great and it's all well and good, but sometimes you need that instant offense that the home run can provide, and it's nice to see the Panthers knock 2 out so far today.
1-0 count here now on Kenny DiClemente. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
DiClemente getting a share of lefty on lefty at bats today.
The designated hitter, 1 for 2 in this ball game. That one's well outside.
Yeah, he's got a single in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 5th. Sun's really peeking out now. Those clouds starting to roll out, and it's been a beautiful evening for baseball since we turned to the evening.
Yes, indeed. Former Barrie Bay Cat is DiClemente. Actually started the season, signed on with the Hamilton Cardinals. Didn't actually get in a game with the Cards. The 3-1, that one just missed, and DiClemente will take his base.
And that's the first walk of the year for Montgomery in 8 1/3 innings. I guess 8 2/3 innings now. It's important, to not walk anybody, but especially coming out of that bullpen. Those walks late in the game often come around and find a way to hurt you late in ball games.
So this will bring up Spencer Voisin, the left fielder. One thing that's interesting, too, is with the Guelph Royals, that one just goes inside for strike 1 right down Broadway. Of course, the Royals off after today. They will have a stretch of 4 games in 4 days, starting on Friday. The delivery, swing and a miss. That caught Ash, and it caught the home plate umpire as well.
Yeah, Ash doing the humane thing and going out, and there's nothing about this mound visit that's bad for Montgomery. This is just Ash buying some time for the home plate umpire. to wear that bee sting off.
So again, Guelph after tonight, going to London on Friday night. We'll host Kitchener on Saturday. We'll go into Hamilton on Sunday afternoon and then host Brantford on Canada Day Monday. So they had a lot of work coming up next weekend. This is the last game before that 4-game stretch. So I'm curious to see what they do with their bullpen as they'll throw over to first.
Well, they didn't go very deep in their pen last night. They're going to have
they didn't need to.
No. They're going to have to get a few innings out of the bullpen today. So today's Sunday, as they don't play again until Friday.
That one's popped up. Playable, perhaps, over to foul territory, and Takamatsu will make the grab.
That's a nice grab by Takamatsu, running to his right towards the Panthers dugout, rather. So
second baseman number 5.
You figure by the time Friday rolls around, everybody in their pen should be good to go again. But that's going to be very important because, again, the 4 games in 4 days, you're going to tax that pen. You're going to need some starters, especially on the Friday and Saturday, to go 6-7 innings.
Well, and you look at the opponents. Of course, you have London, who you just went toe-to-toe with last night, as that one goes right across Broadway for strike one. You get London, you get Kitchener coming up, a rematch of what we're seeing here this afternoon on a Saturday night. Hamilton is no slouch. Neither is Brantford. I mean, what they've been able to do this season.
And again, Brantford walking off Pare today in extra innings for the 9-8 win. And Hamilton sitting in 5th place in the IBL. The Major's 4th place. So the Royals running a bit of a gauntlet this weekend, if you will. But, every team is going to have those stretches. And it's up to the players to get through it.
1-1 count as he swings through it. As now we have a 1-2 count here against Voisin or Spencer Ross.
Yes. Voisin had the pop out by the dugout there.
And you talk about Hamilton. That one down and in for ball number 2. Hamilton going into Christie Pitts. A rare Christie Pitts loss for the Toronto Maple Leafs on a Sunday. A 12-1 final for Hamilton.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often for the Leafs down there.
That one's going to be put out of play.
But those Cardinals, man, they are pesky. They just keep coming at you and coming at you.
Again, you look at that record now, 9-7. You see the 8-7 record on the screen now, 9-7 after today's win. Of course, trying to move themselves into a position where they could get home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Swing, and he got a piece of it. Of course, the playoffs still a long ways away. But again, pick up the wins while you can.
Yep.
You don't want to end up in that race later on in the season, and you're forced to. You want to get into those situations where the last couple of weeks are able to kind of get guys loose and get them into the swing of things ahead of the postseason and not have to worry about who you're playing or where you're playing, really.
Well, and you never know when an injury pops up, or maybe you've got guys who got to go away for a wedding or a vacation or something.
Guys that actually are getting married.
Yep. Or again, have to work because this is a working man's league. So you take the wins when you can get them.
Reese Montgomery, the delivery, and that one's going to be popped up and out of play into the fencing.
Of course, the Welland Jackfish, who are currently in 1st place in the IBL, 12-3 coming into today, will be in here tomorrow night at 7:30.
Yeah, it'll be a good Monday night affair. Of course, making up for a rainout from earlier on this month.
I haven't checked the weather yet today. Have you, Mark? Are we expecting rain?
Well, that one bringing some rain is Spencer Ross. Delivery! And the catch is not made. Running in toward home. Play at the plate. Tagging. And he is out.
So D. Clemente gunned down on the old 6-2 putout. You don't see that very often. So for those of you scoring at home, that's going to be a single for Ross. Right. And then D. Clemente put out 6-2.
And that will end the inning. It's still 4-3 Kitchener as we head to the 7th here at Jack Couch. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Ballpark here in Kitchener as David Brunsum is on the mound getting set to face the Royals here in the top of the 7th. The bottom of the 6th, it was Raul Gonzalez and Nick Parsons going back-to-back. Gonzalez now 3 home runs, 9 RBIs on the year. Parsons 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Talk about tests this afternoon with the Royals in town. Tomorrow night, it'll be the Welland Jackfish at 7:30 p.m. taking on your Kitchener Panthers for youth sports night here at Jack Couch. Hopefully the Panthers can have another great performance and possibly upset the first place Jackfish. That'll be tomorrow night as Brunsum gets ready to face the Royals here in the top of the 7th. Back up to Mark and Mike in the broadcast booth.
Thank you so much there, Reese. And again, you have the Jackfish coming in, winners of 9 straight games, and he touched on it. It's Youth Sports Day. So for anybody that is looking to come, if you are a youth in our community looking to come to Jack Couch Park, wear a sports jersey. You'll get it for free as long as you're accompanied by an adult.
That's right. Heck of a deal right there, if I do say so myself.
And for the record, you can put that other game on a tablet while you're here at the game.
Because I can guarantee you that other game that's going on will be on a tablet up here.
Yes, it will. 1-1 the count here on the batter.
Bruins was in to face Leader, of course, former teammates. Bruinsma in his 5th IBL season. The remarkable thing to me for Bruinsma, so this is his 5th IBL season, a career 1-1 record.
Hey, when you're a reliever, swing and a miss. 2-2 here on Leader.
But you would just think through 4 seasons, you would have more decisions than 2. He had a loss last summer.
Chopper over to first in time, and Leader can't run that one out. 4-3 on the putout.
And he had a win back in 2021. So Bruins with a career 5.55 ERA, 44 games, 2 saves, 48 2/3 innings, 42 Ks, almost a K an inning coming out of the pen. That's big.
As big as his beard.
It's a big beard.
It is a very big beard. Delivery to the plate for strike number 1 on Evan Ash as that one paints the outside of the plate.
I thought it'd be a good idea to grow a beard a couple of years ago. My wife very quickly told me it was not a good idea.
You get the old Patch Adams kind of thing?
Yeah, there was nothing good about it.
Yes, that's what I call it. Patch Adams. An ode to the late, great Robin Williams. That one paints the plate for strike 2.
Yeah, Ash with a look back going, I think it was more so like man, I should have swung at that. That was a pretty good pitch. And sometimes you only get that one pitch in at bat.
Of course, J.D. Rosario was in the game last night as Ash hits the
Nice
to center
grab.
field. Blake Jacklin diving on his stomach for that catch.
Man, we've seen some defensive plays today all around by both teams. This has been phenomenal ball game to watch today. It's been well pitched, well played defensively.
Actually got some scoring in this one.
Yeah, this has been a great game. Great entertainment today.
Could see Ibarra with an extra sign to Bruinsma. Chopper down the first base line, and that'll go foul.
Patterson today 0 for 2, 2 Ks. He's got to be happy that Parsons is out of the game. But again, Bruinsma no slouch either.
The delivery to the plate, and good job there by Ibarra to protect the ball from getting past him.
Bruinsma with a funky delivery. I would not want to step in that batter's box and face him.
Almost weird kind of submarine, but not necessarily a submarine kind of pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. More of a sidearm than a full submarine. You don't see too many true submarine pitchers anymore.
And there's a strike. Held off on it, did Patterson, but it paints the plate on the outside.
And Patterson hoping to not go down on strikes for his third time today.
The delivery, and that one just missed.
It's going to see at least one more pitch here. Top of the seventh, if you tuned in late, Panthers up 4-3. They took a 2-0 lead in the fifth.
And that's going to hit Patterson. Looked like he lost control of it, did Bruinsma.
Yeah, the release point was just a little bit off there, held on to a little bit too long and yanked it. So as I was saying, Panthers took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the fifth. The Royals came up and took a 3-2 lead in the top of the sixth. Panthers with back-to-back home runs by Gonzalez and Parsons taking the 4-3 lead in the bottom of the sixth.
Of course, those 3 runs for the Royals came off the bat of J.D. Williams, a 3-run home run. As that one protected by Ibarra.
So we thought we'd see some home runs today, and we have.
We have.
It just took us a little while than we maybe expected.
And that's credit to the pitchers, too, as that one's going to be popped up. Playable. First baseman getting underneath it, and a good catch there made by Grinberg, and that will take us to stretch time here at Jack Couch. It is 4-3 Panthers over the Royals. Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers baseball. Hope you got a good stretch in there for the 7th inning stretch. Jet Gervais, the batter here now for the Kitchener Panthers, who have a 4-3 lead on the Guelph Royals.
Yeah, I have Jarvis so far today 0 for 2. The granite to first and a line out to right in the fifth that Andy Leader made a heck of a diving play on to rob him of a base hit and at least one RBI.
It has been a heck of a ball game here today, folks. That one's be chopped Over to Ohashi. Ohashi over to first and in time. 4-3 put out.
Back to the top.
Brings us back to the top of the order for Blake Jacklin.
Great for Jacklin.
Jacklin, of course, in the fifth inning had that big 2-run, 2-out single to open the scoring for the Panthers. So showing his worth. Not that Jacklin doesn't always show his worth, but just delivering another clutch hit that he's been so accustomed to over the years.
The delivery well outside. That had a bit of curve to it, but missing it there was Montgomery.
Yeah, it looked like a slower breaking ball from Montgomery there. Stayed up a little bit. Nice layoff by Jacklin. That one just misses outside 2-0. Takamatsu in halfway to the grass. Maybe expecting the bunt and respecting Jacklin's speed.
The delivery to the plate for a strike.
That Jarvis-Jacklin combo, when they're back-to-back, when they're going right, man alive, it is deadly.
And you think about when you have those two going, how they can set the table as that one's put into the outfield. Left field it goes, and Patterson will get underneath it to make the catch.
Well, they set the table, and they just wreak so much havoc on the base paths, and it just diverts that attention, whether it's from the starting pitcher or a relief pitcher. And now all of a sudden, instead of focusing on the batter at hand, you've got to be aware that Jacklin or Jarvis can steal a bag, or potentially both steal a bag with double steal. And really advantage batter there when the attention's divided.
And that one right at the knees for strike one on Simon Grinberg.
Grinberg today officially 0 for 1.
He'll take one there. Quick 0-2 count.
But has been on the base paths twice today with 2 walks.
The delivery outside, 1-2.
And the 2 walks against left-handed pitchers. Nice to see from Grinberg there.
Grinberg, a stout hitter in this league. He has an eye for it, too, as he takes one outside, 2-2.
And has played a really good first base so far this year, too. Only 1 error.
And continues to see the ball. He's in his 3rd IBL season. Only appeared in 4 games in 2023. Of course, a NJCAA Division I All-Star in 2022. 3-2, swing, and he got a piece of it.
Stays alive in the count. See another pitch here. Again, providing a quality at bat from the 2-hole. And I've had this discussion with people over the years. What do you want from your 2-hitter? Whether you want a contact guy, whether you want a power guy.
And that is a strikeout, and Grinberg does not believe it as he threw the bat away as he was looking to trot over to first, but no dice. We're through 7 here at Jack Couch. Stay with us. It is still 4-3 Kitchener.
At the bottom of the 7th.
Our grandfather started this business in 1925, immigrant who came to Canada with nothing, building up his first store. My father took over the business in 1970. After he retired, my brother and I expanded it to additional markets.
We have memories of being kids playing in the Teppermans of 1975 and 1976. We are so much more than that today, and we are still fundamentally exactly the same thing. This is more than just retail. At Teppermans, our values are a commitment to people, our team, our customers, commitment to environmental sustainability.
But the heart of our business is family. Furniture in your home really does form and define your experiences and your memories.
The things we sell makes a house a home. Those are the moments that bring people together.
It's about honoring the old school values of Nate Tepperman and Bill Tepperman, and really looking to inspiring the future generations of our customers.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Ballpark here in Kitchener on this Sunday night. Newly acquired Danny Garcia is on the mound now, throwing his warm-up pitches for the Panthers. He came over in the trade with Guelph earlier on this week, with Andy Leader going to Guelph and Garcia being one of two coming from Guelph to Kitchener. We'll see what he can do here in the top of the eight. Hopefully keep this lead for the Panthers as we send it back up to Mark and Mike in the booth.
Thank you so much for that, Rice. Yes, a big deal, that is for sure, as Pedro de la Cruz Paez comes along with Garcia from the Royal City to the tech capital of Canada here in Kitchener.
Yeah, Garcia got into 2 games for the Royals so far this year. No record, 11.57 ERA, 2 1/3 inning, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits to start off his IBL career. So I've often wondered this, when you have a pitcher coming over from one team to another, and now they face some hitters that they were teammates with. Mark, do you think it's an advantage hitter or advantage pitcher?
I mean, you could look at it a number of different ways, Mike. You think about both of them really kind of have an idea of what the tendencies are. You have that delay and right over, and Grittenberg unable to handle that. It goes into the outfield and a base hit for Ohashi. And that's the thing, right? Like, at the same time, too, Danny Garcia doesn't have that much experience with the Royals. So at the same time, too, it's as much as you know him from being able to see him at practice and, the day-to-day, you really haven't seen every bit of his stuff.
Right. And so I personally think right now this is advantage Garcia. Since the Royals, as you said, brand new, the Royals probably haven't seen his whole arsenal. It's a nice pitch to Garton. Get ahead 0-1 there.
Josh Garton. He's wearing his daughter's shirt yesterday for Country Day at
Really?
Hastings Stadium. I have to say, he had the best country outfit going
I did,
among the Royals.
I did not see that.
I'll show you a picture.
Okay.
But actually, yeah, I mean, when in doubt, go into the closet of your kids.
Yep.
It's strike 2 on Garton as he fouls that one away.
The kids do like country music.
Hey, we had the country blaring at Hastings last night.
I
Had
can't
some Shabuzi playing, probably every fourth song.
I can't say I'm a country fan myself. Got him.
Beautiful. Garton can't believe it.
Third baseman number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
So Garton goes down on strikes, and we will bring Garrett Takamatsu to the batter's box.
Yeah, Takamatsu hit into that wild fielder's choice in the 6th inning and ended up coming around to score on the J.D. Williams home run.
For anybody that wants to know about the Country Day outfit for Josh Garton, just check out the Guelph Royals on Twitter.
X.
On X, my apologies.
Elon's going to get you.
Scared of that guy?
That's the right call.
Can barely get a spaceship into space. Swing and a miss by Takamatsu. 1-1.
Takamatsu today officially 0 for 3. A line out to second, a strikeout in the 4th, and again that fielder's choice in the 6th inning.
For the record, we got better rocket scientists here in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Probably. So here's some trivia for you, Mark.
All right.
Since we're talking about Elon, and Elon's got a few dollars to his name, do you know?
Well, we're going to wait for just a moment as Takamatsu knocks one into left field, a base hit for the former IBL MVP. Runners on first and second now for J.D. Williams.
Center fielder number 8, J.D.
Do you know what city in the world has the most millionaires per capita?
Per capita? That is tough. Is it in Canada?
It is. It's in this province.
Is it Ottawa?
It is not Ottawa.
That one downstairs for ball one. This is interesting. Per capita. So it's not just, who's got the most millionaire?
It's per capita.
Is it here?
It is not, no.
Is it close to here?
2.5, almost 3 hours
Is
away.
it Chatham, Kent?
You're getting closer.
Windsor?
Warmer.
Sarnia?
Leamington.
Real? Okay. And that one goes under the knees.
It's because of all the greenhouses down there.
Okay, I believe that.
You figure each greenhouse is worth about $2 million to $2 million bucks. And there's so many nursery greenhouses down there.
As that one goes in for a ball. Like, yeah, come for the baseball, stay for the trivia.
Quickly, Williams is ahead of the count 3-0.
Absolutely.
Garcia's got to be careful here. Cannot groove a fastball here.
The delivery, and that paints the plate for strike one.
Garcia's got 2 on, 1 out, trying to work himself out of this jam. Panthers holding on to a slim 4-3 lead in the top of the 8th.
Delivery outside, and Williams will load the bases.
Not what you wanted if you're Danny Garcia there to load the bases, 1 out for Cicetto.
Cicetto,
but we do have a pitch hitter.
Yes, we do. Keon Mosani, who was in the game last night. Of course, one of the junior call-ups.
Pitch hitter number 16, Keon Mosani.
Mosani so far this year, 6 games, 24 at-bats, 292 average, no homers, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 5 Ks.
Went 0 for 3 last night against the majors, but has been making contact with the baseball, and that's what you want really at the end of the day.
Has hit into 1 double play. Panthers playing in on the ground at third base.
Delivery inside, and Mosani holds off on that one.
So is
Connor Morrow, one of the people watching our stream today, says left turns only. JD Williams, the MVP, that one goes upstairs.
So quickly, Garcia finds himself in a hole 2-0. Again, you can't groove a fastball here because Mosani could jump on this, but you got to make a pitch here.
The delivery, contact made, but that'll be fouled off.
See, now you're getting yourself back in the count here at 2-1. You open up a little bit more of the plate. If you're Mosani, you're still ahead, so you don't have to chase. This is an action pitch right here.
The delivery, contact, over to second. They'll get the one at second base, over to first in time. Double play, turned by the Panthers. They hold on to the lead. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 4-3 Kitchener over the Guelph Royals. We'll be right back.
At Heathwood Homes, tradition means a lot. The reputation for quality, service, and customer care are all part of Heathwood's tradition. And that has made them the most successful new home builder. Thousands of people are now proud to be living in a Heathwood home in one of their many outstanding communities. And you can too. Visit heathwood.com to learn more about their fabulous communities. With Heathwood, you'll be home at last.
To be the best, you've got to bring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Ballpark here in Kitchener. A look at the IBL out-of-town scoreboard here this afternoon. There was 3 games being held. Brantford walked off the Bay Cats Barrie at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford this afternoon by a score of 9-8. Hamilton Cardinals went into Christie's Pits and beat the Maple Leafs 12-1 this afternoon. And in London, the Chatham Kent team didn't get any runs, and that made it a 10-0 final for the Majors in London this afternoon as we send it back up to Mark and Mike in the broadcast booth as Raul Gonzalez is up to the dish.
Thank you so much. And you look at those score lines as Gonzalez takes one outside. London, of course, struggled to get anything on the board yesterday in Guelph. They come up and put a 10 spot on the Barnstormers.
Yeah, the Barnstormers, unfortunately, get shut out today. At least it's not a long drive back from London to Chatham. You only got to go an hour down the 401.
And how about that one? That one's going to go a long way. All the way back, and it's gone! A 2-home run day for Raul Gonzalez. 5-3 Kitchener.
This may be a little early, but guess who's back? Gonzalez.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Raul Gonzalez is back. Second home run of the day, 4th in the last 10 days or so. It's good to see that bat heating up if you're a Kitchener Panthers fan. Bad if you're a fan of the other 8 teams in the IBL.
He's putting himself on the map as possibly a player of the week in the IBL. Delivery downstairs on Nick Parsons. He had a home run his last time at the dish.
And Gonzalez possibly putting himself on the map as an IBL All-Star as well, too.
Absolutely. You have until July 5th to get your votes in.
With the game coming up in Welland there in just a few, 10 days, 12 days' time.
Oh, July 20th, in
right,
fact, is
to get the ballot in.
As that one's going to be popped up. Playable in the infield still, and that'll be caught. So that was LaRue on that catch.
That's Gonzalez making a late play for some all-star votes. You can head on over to the IBL.ca if you would like to partake in your IBL all-star voting.
You get your votes in as of yet?
I have, yes.
Excellent.
Have you?
I have.
Good.
Of course, not only is it the All-Star Showdown, as that one will go inside for ball one. It's very interesting how they have the voting. It kind of showcases what's going to be happening. You have a North Division and a South Division.
Right.
The delivery, and Pare plays that one, and it gets through Ohashi into the outfield. A base hit.
Yeah, that's a tough hop there for Ohashi. But the Panthers will take a runner any way they can here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's number 29, Kenny DiClemente.
So again, with Kenny DiClemente going to the dish here, you have the setup here with the IBL All-Star Game. The delivery paints down Broadway for strike one. The North Division, or the North team, is Barrie, Guelph, Hamilton, Kitchener, and Toronto. The other 4 teams will make up the South team, as that one goes across for strike number 2. And it's not only the showdown. You also have a home run derby happening.
Right. And Welland is a great ballpark. They've done a really good job there.
Chopper.
That's
trying
a tough
to get
play.
it. Field it there was LaRue, and he couldn't get it. That's the Sun playing.
Yep. That's a base hit in the Sun.
Left fielder number 16, Spencer Gloison.
That is a tough break if you are the Guelph Royals.
just to go back about the All-Star game, and again, Welland's done a great job with the team and the stadium down there. But I've always kind of thought that the IBL All-Star game, if it did come back, should be played down in St. Mary's on Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame weekend.
Saying that too.
So we're not alone.
We are not alone.
We need to bang on some drums a little louder here.
Chopper. Playable here down the first base line, over to first and safe.
Ooh.
That's going to load the bases. And here comes Dino.
Dino's not going to like that call.
Just a quick word down the line. And it's a very, very quick conversation. I think it's just more of how close.
Right. And credit to Voisin for hustling down the line there. He got down the line in a hurry.
3 straight singles load the bases here for Spencer Ross. And you know what? Just to go back to our IBL All-Star conversation, the one thing is with the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame weekend, it happens so early in the IBL season. I don't really think there is an opportunity to really determine, okay, who is the All-Stars?
Right.
And you don't go to the Hall of Fame and say, hey, move your weekend a month because we want to have a game there to combine the weekends. You know, they've had a tradition for several years now to have it in the month of June.
Right. Exactly. So, you know, and I've thought of, possible workarounds around this. And the only thing I can maybe think of, but again, it'd be hard to do because you have people not coming back, people getting injured. Maybe you take the All-Star team from the year previous and bring it there, but then you've got to wait almost a year to...
It really is just an imperfect situation, if you will. The delivery, and Ross will put that one up high. Down the foul territory, and it does not get into the glove of Andy Leader, who went a long way for that one.
Yeah, Leader tried his best to track that down, but unfortunately, if you're a Royals fan, just fell out of his reach in foul territory.
So again, it's an imperfect situation. I think the IBL got it right, just with what they have been able to do and what the parameters that they are working with.
Yeah.
And you don't have, years past where they've had the All-Star game, first off the delivery downstairs, where you have the defending IBL champions taking on a team of All-Stars. It kind of, I like that ability to have a North and a South team. You never know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Do you have a 10th team? Do you go 5 per division? That has been talked about. Chopper, LaRue fields it over to second, over to first, and safe. And a run will come in to score.
I do think you will see a 10th team.
Right fielder number 23, Gervais.
So Adara comes in to score there on the fielder's choice, 6-4. DiClemente moves over to third. Voisin's forced at second. And Ross hustled down the line to beat out the fielder's choice to score the 6th run of the game for the Panthers.
This brings up Jet Jarvis with runners on the corners. And there's a strike.
Yeah, Jarvis today, unfortunately, 0 for 3. But again, Andy Leader absolutely robbed him of a single and possibly 2 RBIs in the 5th inning.
Couple of checks over to first. And Jarvis is going to play that one. Good job there by Takamatsu to field that one. But another couple runs come into score, including the second home run of the day from Raul Gonzalez. It is 6-3 Kitchener as we head to the 9th. Can the Panthers close it out and snap their losing skid? We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Jack Couch Park here in Kitchener on this Sunday night. Nathan Laird, number 14, into the ball game, trying to close this game out and end Kitchener's 3-game losing streak. He comes in supporting a 7.94 ERA, 6 games, 5 2/3 innings pitched. He has 9 strikeouts, 5 based on balls, and he's given up 5 hits this year so far in 6 games. We'll see if he can close it out here on this sunny Sunday night here in Kitchener. Back up to Mark and Mike in the broadcast booth.
Thanks so much there, Rice. And, Nathan Laird, you usually see him as the first guy out of the bullpen. You don't normally see him in a save situation. But here we are in the top half of the ninth, and Nathan Laird looking to close this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got almost 2 Ks per inning. ERA a little inflated this year, but did give up 6 earned runs in 2 innings in his second appearance this year against London. So, I mean, as a reliever, it's going to take a while for your ERA to come down once you do that. But, getting towards the bottom of the order for the Royals, it looks like the Panthers want that swing and miss potential out of the bullpen. They don't want to mess around with runners on base.
So Andy Leader comes in. 1 for 3 day. Of course, hit a triple in his IBL debut with the Royals, at least, as that one goes upstairs for ball 1. I should say his Royals debut, not his IBL debut.
Right.
He's got 6 seasons under his belt with the Kitchener Panthers.
Yeah.
Before that, 5 triples in 6 seasons, and then he hits one in his debut. That one smacked over to Gonzalez, fields it over to first in time.
That's what you want. The leadoff runner retired if you're a Panthers fan on a routine 6-3 play by Gonzalez there.
Number 23, Ribbon Irish.
The leader definitely has the speed for triples.
Yes, he does.
But of course, playing in Jack Couch Park for his IBL career so far, this is not necessarily a park that's conducive to triples.
No, you literally have to hit it to the foul pole and knock it down the line. As that one, speaking of which, gets through into left field and a base hit for Evan Ash.
Yeah, triples here in Jack Couch, as you said, Mark, the right field foul pole and down the line. Anywhere else, forget about it.
It's not impossible, though. We have seen it.
We've got a pinch hitter here for the Royals for Patterson.
So Mark Nellis, another young player on the Royals roster who has been seeing a lot more time lately with the Royals organization.
Yeah, he's gotten into 11 games, 39 at-bats, 3.33 average for the Royals. 4 doubles, 2 RBIs, 5 walks.
Losing that one was Ibarra, and that'll be a ball.
Not far enough for Ash. Not far enough away from Ibarra for Ash to get away, though, which is good because now that keeps that runner out first, keeps the double play in order for the Panthers, and that's what you want. Gonzalez shading his eyes over at shortstop. This is the tough time of the day to play shortstop.
That one upstairs for ball 2. Nellis walked twice last night against London. Had an 0 for 1 evening.
Quality at bats.
Very quality at bats. So you know that he's patient at the plate. He's going to, wait things out.
He's ahead in the count here, 2-0.
Previous to that, he had 3 hits in 2 straight games as that one's knocked down the line foul.
Oh, he just turned on that ball. Just pulled it a few inches foul there. That would have been trouble for the Panthers if that one got a few inches further to the right.
So Nellis will get reset here against Nathan Laird. We're just past the 2-hour point of this ball game. The delivery into the dirt, and good job there by Ibarra to protect it.
Good stop there. Again, keep the runner at first base. 3-1 count, but with the top of the Royals order lurking, you don't want to put that tying run up to the plate. If you're Nathan Laird here, you got to do your best to battle back into this count here. I know you're down 3-1, but you really got to do your best to battle. Little mound visit by the Panthers here, just to kind of settle them down, say, hey, throw strikes. Your defense has played well behind you today. Leave it up to the defense. Even if Nellis takes you deep here, it's still, the Panthers are still in the lead. But again, you don't want to walk them. You don't want to give up the free passes, especially late in the games. They always come back to haunt you.
You saw Scagnetti go out there, Steve Scagnetti, to have a word. That one's played up high. Playable into right field, and the catch is made.
So 2 out, 1 on, runner on first. Brando LaRue coming up to bat now.
Back to the top of the order, shortstop number 5, Brando LaRue.
LaRue officially 0 for 3 on the day with a walk in the 6th inning.
Should mention that Phil Matish not in the dugout for the Panthers. He actually got a 2-game suspension for events in their game against Pare last week.
Yeah, and so Matish gets to be a spectator.
That one's knocked over. Parsons over to second, and they get the outs. And the Panthers have snapped a 3-game losing skid, a 6-3 victory over the Guelph Royals.
What a ball game here in Kitchener. If you're a fan of pitching and defense, really, really good ball game. Took us a little under 2.5 hours to play this game. Very, very well played ball game on both sides.
So a save will be given to Nathan Laird. And again, the Panthers, on the bats of a couple of home runs, are able to get back into the win column. Again, the final 6-3 over the Guelph Royals. We'll be back after this to wrap this one up from Jack Couch Park. Stay with us. Welcome back to Kitchener Panthers Baseball on YouTube. Mark Pare alongside Mike Gervais. A big 6-3 victory for the Kitchener Panthers over the Guelph Royals. And, just to take us through the game, Mike, it seemed like it was going to be another pitcher's duel very early on as Hector Jan and Dakota Parsons were dealing. First of all, let's touch on Dakota Parsons and just the way he approached this game and really kind of rebounded over the last couple of starts where he wasn't looking as fresh. This time, he was bringing a lot of heat.
Yeah, absolutely. Parsons went 6 innings for the Panthers today. Gave up the 3 runs on the one big swing by J.D. Williams there. 10 strikeouts. Really, really well done. He hit all 4 quadrants of the strike zone today. Again, 10 Ks, 3 hits, 3 walks for Parsons. Sorry, 2 walks for Parsons, rather. Just a great bounce back performance. I'm really happy that Parsons was able to get the win for the Panthers today. I thought he deserved it.
On the offensive side of things as well, you get the 2-0 lead. And more importantly, as the Panthers have been able to, the one thing that we have seen with them this season is they'll take the lead, they will give up the lead, but the team will just continue to pile on them, and they don't really come back. This time, though, the Panthers, well, they came back and they held on to the lead, and a big part of that was a two home run performance by Raul Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez with the 2 home runs today, 2 RBIs, of course. Parsons with the solo home run as well. And, it reminds me, as you said, Mark, the Panthers, they've been taking the lead and then they would lose it late and, you'd see them kind of fall away in the game. But if you remember that game almost 2 weeks ago against Toronto, where they got down early in the middle innings, but then they fought back from a 7-1 deficit. Even though they lost that game in extra innings, we said that night that might be a springboard and a catalyst. And if you look today, they took the 2-0 lead, then we're down 3-2, and bam, instantly they fought back to take the lead. Again, a couple of long balls. It's the Panthers baseball from the last couple of years that we've known. In the bullpen, Brunsma, Garcia, and Laird throwing 3 shutout innings. Really well done work from the bullpen.
And just finally, how big is this in terms of a confidence boost, especially going against, the red hot Welland Jackfish 24 hours from now?
Yeah, it's big. The Guelph Royals coming off that really good win last night against the London Majors. Guelph has been playing well. The Panthers, again, there's no secret. They've been struggling a little bit lately. To get a win in your home ballpark against one of the upper echelon teams from the IBL, that's going to be a big confidence boost heading into tomorrow night against Welland.
And again, the final here is 6-3. The Kitchener Panthers snapping a 3-game losing skid, and they take out the Guelph Royals.